Welcome, welcome, welcome to some Bant Eternal Return. I won the die roll, so let's check this out. No land. Get out of here. The sand is not very good either. On the play, if I top deck like a Stone Forge, I can make this hand work. I don't really want to go to 5. I don't know how to fetch land to make like Ewit good. I think I'm going to keep this, but bottom the Batterskull. It's not a good hand, but it's got acceleration and mana. And hopefully I can do something with it. I just need to top deck well here. Which you have to do if I end up mulling to 5 with the top deck well usually anyway for that. Stomping Ground. Okay. Could be Jund. Could be Gruul. Okay. If they fetch, they skip. Okay. Let's make sure we don't mess up Ether Vial this league. This is not looking good. Need to pick up like a Stone Forge next turn, or obviously land is good too. Best possible thing is probably like a Coatl or the other snake. Yep. Up against Gruul, so Ether Vial is pretty good here. And now Ewit has a target it can pick up. So next turn I can pick up that breeding pool. Okay. I think what I do here is play Temple Garden tapped and pass turn. Otherwise, what I was going to do is flash and Ewit, pick up the breeding pool and play that, but I can kind of play this as a surprise. I don't have to put the Ewit out there right now. Even though they're targeting the Noble Hierarch, I think it's still better to let them drain me for 2. The land is more important, I think, for me here. Arguably, I guess I could pick up the Hierarch and then use my second Ewit to pick up the breeding pool next turn with the Ether Vial, but I'd rather be able to pick up something good. Noble Hierarch's not going to be very good for me right now. Well, I'm not going to have Cryptic online anytime soon. And no more counters, please. What I might do is Ewit the Ewit. Yep. Not only does that negate the Clothis, but also still lets me do whatever I'm going to do next turn. And I almost have the lock on here. Okay. Alright, turn 7. We have 4 mana. They've already used 2 bolts, so they don't have... I guess I just have to watch out for 2 more bolts and a couple stomps, which can counter my cryptic command. Yeah. What I'm going to want to do with cryptic command is pick up an Ewit and counter something, ideally. Nice. Time Warp is such a fun card. Alright, let's do this. Euro would be good here. Not great. Quaddle obviously good. Stoneforge is really what I'm looking for. Stoneforge it is. Although I don't know if I can play Stoneforge yet. Because I think I want to keep the Cryptic Lock threat up. Yeah, I think it's more important to hold Cryptic up and wait till I draw one more land. I could play Stoneforge and just hold up Force of Negation. Which is kind of like a Cryptic. They would need double Bolt still to punish me, so yeah, it's probably correct. With life totals the way they are, I'm just going to pick up Batterskull. Especially since they run Pillage anyway. 2 cards in my opponent's hand. Do I care about Stomp? I do. Mostly because I don't want to make it the 4/3 creature, which can change the tide of battle here. My shields are down. Sure, eat my Time Warp. I guess I'm to the Triple Bolt. So I have 2 cards. Yeah, I think I'm pretty safe here. A Dragon and a Bolt doesn't do it. Blood Moon doesn't do it. Blood Moon does make the path in my hand kind of useless, though, and makes it so I have to hardcast Batterskull, which is a little annoying. Okay. Hellbent opponent, I'm at 6 life. Ewit's my best possible draw at this moment. Can't draw it, no. Okay. I've seen 2 bolts and 1 stomp. I guess the question is, do I hold an Ewit back? I don't... The real question is, do I play Batter Skull here, or do I hold up the Cryptic Command and just try to Cryptic Lock my opponent? If I play Batter Skull, my opponent draws a Pillage, and if I play Batter Skull, my opponent draws a Dragon, I'm just dead. But having a Batter Skull in play means I'm only dead to a Dragon, which is under a 10% chance. 43 cards left in my opponent's deck if they have 4 of them. That's the only thing that would kill me. Otherwise, I can hold up Cryptic, and my opponent put me at 4. If I hold an Ewit back, and that Clothis will eventually get me. So I think I'm gonna play the Batter Skull and just try to fade 1 turn. Dragon kills me. Pillage hurts me, but Pillage doesn't kill me. Stomp is good for my opponent, but Stomp doesn't kill me. It's just the Dragon. Okay, alright. So I'm in trouble, but I'm not dead. Opponent needs to attack, and then I need to deal with Clothis, or I'm dead. Yep. Not a great... Not dead, but not a great spot for me. Euro or Ewit are good draws for me. Nice. Okay, still not dead. Still not dead. And they have the Clothis in hand. That was a fantastic top deck. I think I need the Cryptic, otherwise I'm dead. Aethergust is going to make this matchup so much easier post-board. Euro? I've already played 2 Blood Braids. I'm not going to play around another. I'm dead to so many things at the moment. So I have to bounce to Clothis. So Cryptic Command's a good draw. Ewit, my 4th Ewit's a good draw. Euro's fine because it just gets me out of the way. Well, Ewit's no longer a good draw. My opponent's got nothing, so I guess I win. Sweet. Ewit gets to carry the sword because Ewit brought us there. That was a cool game. Alright. What's good here? Celestial Purge gets rid of Clothis. Aethergust can deal with Clothis. Path might be interesting here. Skoos can also kind of deal with Clothis, but dies to Bolt, so it might be something I'm not super interested in. These are definites. I think I want Stoneforge, even though they have Pillage. I think I still need it. I think it's still something that's pretty valuable here. I think I still want a couple Cryptics. Sorry for the mismatched Cryptics. I think Euro is still important just to help me cycle through. Most of their threats are Clothis. I guess Pillages are bad, so Force Negation can help me deal with that, but they do have Veil of Summer, which could be a complete blowout. No Planeswalkers, so no Oath of Myths, and let's run that. Extra removal. I kind of actually need Stoneforge package because no Lander again. Yikes. This deck can't exactly win quickly without it. I guess I bought him the sword. I think I play Vial on one. They pillage my Vial, and when I actually have enough mana this game, it's not as bad as, say, last game. Yikes. The Dream 4 mana open. Okay. Let's go Breeding Pool. And then next turn I can try to Time Warp. was testing this deck with less Noble Hierarchs and with more Oath of Misses, but this deck definitely needs mana. It's pretty mana hungry. Pretty good value right there for my opponent. I'm going to discard him. Pillage and a Bloodbraid? Man, their hand must be gassed to discard a Bloodbraid. I don't like using Time Warp as just an Explorer, but I might need to here, just to see if I can get myself out of anything. I discarded a Pillage. They've got to have a Clothis in their hand, that's my guess. I think they have Clothis and Veil of Summer. Feast and Famine gets through these. Fire and Ice gets through these. So Fire and Ice is pretty valuable. But Batterskull, I can, as long as Stoneforge lives, I can kind of bounce it back and forth and protect it from a pillage, which I think is pretty valuable. So let's go with that. Opponent knows I have 2 cards in hand, and one of them is not blue, so they know I don't have force in my hand. So I can just safely F6, don't have to bluff. I guess I'd be bluffing out a path, but well, that stinks. Makes me wish I picked up the Temple Garden. Looks like we're going for a game 3 here. Hopefully I don't have to mulligan every single time. One mana shy of my Time Warp. Opponent's holding a potentially Stomp, sorry. So I'd have been too hasty, haha, in cutting Teferi, because Teferi does deal with Bloodbraid Elf in a way that's pretty important, not letting hit that Cascade. What I want to happen is I flash in Batterskull, then I top deck a land, and I Time Warp with the Batterskull in play. Opponent's on 2 lands. I really wish I had a way of destroying this forest here. They've used 3 pillages now, which makes me think they have the 4th, or they discarded 1. But you know I have Batterskull in hand. I feel like you wouldn't. You've got to have an answer for the Batterskull, right? You wouldn't just throw away a pillage just on a plains. So I want to Ewit into a Flooded Strand here. But that doesn't let me attack with my batter skill. I think I just need to ride batter skill for as long as I can here. If they triple block, I'll exile one. Perfect. And now the question is, do I E-Wit to pick up a land, which is pretty important, or do I hold up bouncing back that batter skull? Can I win the game without batter skull? I don't think I can, so I think I'm just going to pass turn here. Okay. Opponent's got all the mana this game thanks to that one forest with Utopia Sprawl on it. Three. I think I purge here. The other option was I just bounce in the replay batter skull. I would be 1 mana short for that. So we'll just keep passing. If I top deck another land, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I top deck another land, I can time warp, and I'll be in a really good spot if I can time warp. My opponent discarded. Ooh, that's rough. Discarded a Bloodbraid Elf earlier. So he's not going to -3. -4, okay. Really wish I had Celestial Purge right now. I can Ethergust this using Pyromancer, and then kill the Chandra. And then I can follow that up with a Euro next turn. Because then I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in my graveyard. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm good with that. Especially since my opponent's choked on red mana, even if I make them top deck this, it's not even that bad for me. They put it on the bottom. Yep. No graveyard hate, no land destruction, don't kill my noble hierarch. 1 turn, and I'll be all set. 1 turn. And then with Euro in play, if I cast the Time Warp, I think I just win the game. I think that's how it works. I mean, it really just got rid of 1 island for all effective purposes, but land, thank you. Alright, Vial, let's get rid of that. I think Purge is better than Gust. Let's get rid of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Choke and boil. Why would you run both? That doesn't really make sense to me. I can swing with a 2-3, so let's do it. Next turn, if I'm lucky enough to top deck a land again, I can put Batterskull to my Euro, and I'll be pretty darn happy with that. Again, I think I'm in this situation because I think my opponent made a mistake in throwing away pillages early, I think. Especially knowing I had a Batterskull in my hand. Either they have another answer for the Batterskull, which I don't know about, or they really just thought the boil would just instant win in the game. If their plan was boil, then killing my Ether Vial was really important and really smart, but not saving a pillage for that Batterskull I think was silly. I wouldn't have all the mana thanks to these Arbor Elves. Wish I had like an Is It Static Caster. Just shoot them all down. This is game 2, and my opponent's got 8 minutes left. 8.5. There's no reason for me to block here, because if you have a bolt, you'll just untap and do that. So yeah, there's no reason for me to block right there. Okay, I can flash in Sword of Fire and Ice and equip it to Euro. You'll just block the Euro though, so that doesn't actually do anything. But it does make it so you can't bolt them. Or I can Ewit, pick up a land or a Celestial Purge. I like the land, I think. Ewit, pick up the plains, play the plains, and then be able to flash in Sword. And then if I top deck a land with a Euro, I can also flash back to Batterskull. So nice. What's happening here is I'm out grinding them because they don't have Clothis. Next turn I'm going to cast Time Warp, which I am really pumped about. So I can bounce back Batterskull, or I can flash in a sword and cast Path. Pretty flexible right here with what I can do. I'm still representing these dual threats, trying to win the game. And these Exalted triggers are doing work. This match should be a testimony to Noble Hierarch. I've been choked, I've been boiled, I've been pillaged twice. It's a turn late for my opponent. Really more than that. That would answer the Euro pretty well. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So I don't have access to Celestial Purge for the rest of the game because I only have one, and it's now exiled. I still don't get why you'd run Choke and Boil. I guess they do slightly different things, but you bring them in against the same decks. I guess you don't bring Choke in against Amulet, so Boil could be like their second Choke or something. Not a bad pickup. I'm a little low on blue sources at the moment, but not a bad pickup. I need a Coatl so I can equip a Batterskull and just fly over my opponent here. Nice. Oh, there's not enough islands. That was just a greedy, greedy click there. That wouldn't have worked anyway because they destroyed all my islands. Oh, and it doesn't even untap. Ah, that was silly. So what I need, hold up force, 1, 2, 3. So I think I want to equip you'd be a 4-3. Pro red. I like that. So if they don't want this trigger, they have to block here, and they've been blocking the Euro every single turn to save 6 life, which I guess they've kind of locked into. They kind of have to block here because they're going to lose the creature anyway. Okay. Holding up a lot of things right now. Holding up Force, holding up Path, holding up Bouncing Back, Batterskull to my hand. I haven't checked. I don't even know if those Misty Rainforests can even fetch like a. I don't think I have another Temple Garden. I think I only run one. Guess it is relevant. Only one Temple Garden, one Plains. I have 2 forests, so I think I have one more forest I can fetch. Other than that, I'm going to be fetching an island. So, if this resolves, my opponent will have 2 mana and 1 card to deal with a Euro and an Ewit, which deal exactly 10 damage. Yeah. And I'll still have a Batter Skill in play. There we go. That was a long one. Long and grindy Battle of Midrange Madness. But Eternal Witness is one heck of a card. Noble Hierarch with the Exalted Triggers did its job. Finally see an Ice Fang Coatl, but that's fine. My opponent never saw the dragons either, so I guess we could. But neither of us saw flyers this particular match, even though this time I was ready for it. So that is Bant Eternal Return against Gruul Midrange, a deck formerly known as Ponza.